Question 161. Can you discuss your experience with integrating technology into your curriculum, particularly in a community college setting? I've integrated various technologies, such as learning management systems, LMS, like Canvas, and tools like Zoom for synchronous sessions. I utilize multimedia resources, videos, podcasts, and interactive simulations to cater to different learning styles. Regularly assessing student engagement and outcomes helps refine these tools, ensuring they enhance learning rather than distract. I also encourage students to leverage technology for collaboration and research, fostering digital literacy, essential for the modern workforce. This approach prepares students for both academic success and professional environments. Question 162. How do you assess and evaluate student performance while ensuring fairness and transparency? I employ a combination of formative and summative assessments, including quizzes, projects, and self-assessments, to gauge student understanding throughout the course. I provide clear rubrics and guidelines, ensuring students know how their work will be evaluated. Regular feedback sessions allow students to understand their progress and areas needing improvement. Transparency is crucial, so I communicate assessment criteria openly and encourage questions. Additionally, I consider diverse learning styles and provide alternative assessment methods when necessary, ensuring fairness in evaluations and supporting student growth. Question 163. Describe your approach to professional development and continuous learning as a community college instructor. Continuous learning is vital in the ever-evolving educational landscape. I actively participate in workshops, webinars, and conferences related to pedagogy and my subject area. Engaging with professional organizations allows me to stay updated on best practices and emerging trends. I also collaborate with colleagues for peer observations and feedback, which fosters a culture of shared learning. Moreover, I read educational literature and explore online courses to enhance my skills. This commitment to ongoing development ultimately enriches my teaching and benefits my students. Question 164. How would you handle a situation where a student consistently disrupts class or negatively impacts the learning environment? Addressing disruptive behavior starts with understanding the root cause. I would first speak to the student privately to discuss their behavior and its impact on the class. This conversation provides an opportunity for them to express any underlying issues. If needed, I would set clear expectations for behavior moving forward and outline consequences for continued disruption. Additionally, I might involve support services, such as counseling or academic advising, to help the student succeed. I believe in fostering a respectful environment where all students feel safe to learn. Question 165. Can you explain how you would incorporate project-based learning into your curriculum? Project-based learning promotes critical thinking and real-world application of skills. I would design projects that align with course objectives and encourage collaboration among students. For example, in a computer science course, students might develop an app to solve a community issue, requiring them to research, code, and present their work. I would provide guidance and resources throughout the process, but allow students to take ownership of their projects. Regular checkpoints and peer feedback sessions ensure accountability and enhance learning. This approach not only builds knowledge, but also fosters teamwork and problem-solving skills. Question 166. What role do you believe community colleges play in addressing workforce development needs? Community colleges serve as vital bridges between education and workforce development. They provide accessible, affordable pathways for students to gain skills aligned with local industry demands. By collaborating with businesses, we can tailor programs to meet specific workforce needs, ensuring graduates are job-ready. Additionally, offering certificate programs and training in high-demand fields like healthcare, technology, and skilled trades equips students with relevant skills. Community colleges also support lifelong learning, allowing individuals to reskill or upskill throughout their careers, thus adapting to the dynamic job market. Question 167. How do you foster critical thinking skills among your students in a community college setting? Fostering critical thinking involves creating an environment where questioning and exploration are encouraged. I incorporate case studies, debates, and problem-solving activities that challenge students to analyze information and develop solutions. By facilitating discussions that require students to defend their viewpoints and consider alternative perspectives, I help them refine their analytical skills. Additionally, I promote reflective writing assignments that encourage students to assess their thought processes and decision-making. Providing constructive feedback on their reasoning helps further develop their critical thinking abilities, preparing them for real-world challenges. Question 168. In your opinion, what are the essential qualities of effective communication in a community college classroom? Effective communication in the classroom hinges on clarity, empathy, and adaptability. Instructors must convey complex concepts in understandable terms, utilizing diverse methods to cater to varied learning styles. Active listening is crucial. It enables me to respond to student needs and foster an open dialogue. I also encourage students to articulate their thoughts and questions, creating a participatory environment. Moreover, using appropriate nonverbal cues, such as eye contact and body language, helps reinforce messages. Ultimately, fostering a culture of respectful communication enhances student engagement and learning outcomes. Question 169. Describe your experience with curriculum development and how you ensure it meets student needs and industry standards. My experience in curriculum development involves collaborating with faculty and industry stakeholders to ensure relevance and rigor. I start by analyzing student demographics and feedback to understand their needs and aspirations. By aligning course objectives with industry standards and competencies, I create a curriculum that prepares students for the workforce. Regularly reviewing and updating course materials based on industry trends and emerging technologies keeps the curriculum current. Additionally, I incorporate student feedback and assessment data to refine course content, ensuring it remains engaging and effective in preparing students for future challenges. Question 170. How do you use data analytics to inform your teaching practices and improve student outcomes? I utilize data analytics to track student progress and engagement actively. By analyzing assessment results and participation metrics, I identify trends that indicate areas where students are struggling. This data informs my instructional decisions, allowing me to adjust my teaching methods, offer additional resources, or provide targeted interventions. I also gather feedback through surveys to understand student perceptions of the learning experience. This comprehensive approach enables me to create a responsive learning environment that addresses student needs, ultimately leading to improved academic performance and retention rates.